Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Are you ready to do this? I'm ready to do this. Formatting. Let's go. Welcome on in, everybody. How you doing? It's so good to see you. My name is Jenna O'Malley, and we're going to be here for a bit with some sprints. We've got 30-minute sprints, probably 4 or 5 of them ahead. So if you need to take a moment to settle in, as one of my favorite content creators, Lady Speech says, grab your comfort items. It's going to be a long one and totally worth it. How are you? How are you? I'm already shuffling our deck. Since that's the one that the camera saw on the bottom, we'll take the one on the bottom. So deck was the one that I flashed the camera. I'll read that one here in a second. I am formatting Slices and Sheets. It debuts on Monday. You all are going to be shocked. I have every purpose in my body and every wherewithal in my timing over the next few days. Do I dare say get it to where I can actually take Monday off, aside from checking the text stuffs, if you understand my meaning. So that means I have a vlog to get to members tomorrow. That means I have 2 chapter reads to prep and just set to schedule out and basically have ready for Monday over the next couple days. Totally doable. Considering that today I was actually able to take 2.5 hours in the middle of my day and literally play a video game because I felt like it on my own time. Haven't done that in a while. Just a little bit of midday soul care. I couldn't nap, so I said, let's do that instead. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Yes, Loki's going to attempt to jump up here, I think. She heard me talking and she saw the light. So come on. Let's just do this her way. Besides, I look cute today. Yes, I'm wearing a dress. Hi, shoulder, shoulder, up, up. Yes, I have like a jumper dress over top of the t-shirt and pair of house shorts I was wearing anyways, and I felt like being cute today. How can I accessorize this? Cute dress. So how are you? How are you? Lainey is here. Hello. Emails to reply to and some ideas to bounce around for the next book. Congratulations. I will be taking care of email catch-up stuff during Rhiannon tonight. I've got some admin tasks I got assigned again this week. Put it that way. Louise, hello. How are you? How are you? She kind of blends in with my top. Ow, the claws. Goodness. How are you doing, my friendo? Welcome in. Hello, Miranda. Hello. Lenny. Thank you very much. I also love how StreamYard accounts for the name of some of these shapes. By the way, Miranda, we have a new moon coming up. Are you doing a new moon stream by chance? Stacy, good afternoon. How are you? And Miranda's going to be journaling for the first sprint to get warmed up for some writing. Very congratulations on this. Hello, Sarah. It's good to see you. How have you been? How have you been? So, since the card that flashed when I showed the bottom of the deck was what it is, you are on the wrong track a little bit today. Loki's about to be on the off track. Come on. Yes, thank you. So, what are you doing that you can pivot? It is the middle of the week. This is a very Wednesday card. Okay. On the wrong track. I bet it's in the O's. Power, empathy, meditation. I went a little too far. Money. On it's sticking together. There we go. Some paths in the forest lead to dead ends or nowhere in particular and are used merely to transport timber, for example. You will not reach your desired goal on your current path, but sometimes you gotta go there anyway. They mentioned timber, that's a resource. Sometimes in video games, dead ends hold treasure, hold save points. They, in Legend of Zelda in particular, Legend of Zelda 2, the second one, The Adventure of Link, to find some of the Link dolls, which is like an extra life equivalency to like a green mushroom in Super Mario Brothers, you got to go to a dead end pretty much to find those. They are buried usually in no other place but there. So you might be on the wrong track, but for the correct reason. Or you might have had to do a remedial track to get you on the correct track. Thinking of some of my former students who said, I'm so glad I had you for high school prior to college, because when I took their entrance exam, stuff you covered in class was on the entrance exam, so I didn't have to take remedial English 98 whatever to make sure, you basically, those classes are, you didn't pass this in high school, or in the case of somebody like me, I would probably have to take a remedial math class at this point, depending on what I'm studying. So that could also apply. You're on the wrong track, but it might be a remedial one to take you further and get you back on track. Sometimes detours are good for that too. You have about a dozen more progress notes for report cards, and that's it. Almost finished. You can do it. You're doing well. You got such mixed feelings about being done with the school year. You miss the kids, but at the same time, you deserve to take time for you. That's part of former teacher me. This is my time of year where I allow myself to out of habit. And having taught for over 15 years, I still take the same week in the summer off from everything to balance out Christmas break. And a lot of people who have been around this channel for a long time, Miranda, Lainey, probably Louise, you all have, end of June, beginning of July, I sometimes disappear for a couple days to a week. Why? That's when I did as a teacher, because I had to. Sometimes the best thing happens at the worst times. And you know what? That's called divine timing sometimes. I know that my goddesses are already giggling at me big time this month, and they're saying, are you going to be way more careful on how you word stuff? Yes. Oh boy, yes. The leather on my shoe is also tasting really crunchy some days. And it's not chocolate. Anyway. On that note, I have slices and sheets uploaded into Atticus to format it. I'm learning Procreate over the summer, so that'll probably change how I do some things after this. So this might be the last one I do in Atticus. We shall see. But I got a while to go. I don't foresee finishing it during our stream. I do foresee needing a break and then coming back when Rhiannon starts at 9 to finish it. I have nowhere to be first thing in the morning. I'm actually taking tomorrow morning off to kind of mentally chill because I had a meeting get canceled on me. That's okay. That was meant to be time for me. The muscle whisperer on Instagram, she often says that when clients cancel on her, and I do dare agree. Yes, that was meant to be time for me. So, on that note, in 3, 2, 1, new timer. See you all here in about 30 minutes. How's this all the beachy noises with the tippy typing noises, everybody? How you doing? Something was pulling weird on my hair back there again. I've got a couple of baby hairs, kind of the issue. So I have everything loaded, everything in the order I want. I think I have it in the correct stuff. I'm just going back through. It's the long part of formatting. Chapter by chapter by chapter, looking through all of it. Does it look good? So that way, maybe during Rhiannon's, I can start uploading. It's going faster. Every time I do it, it goes a little faster. Would you like up here, ma'am? Kiki, what's in your eye? Morale, what crust? You had crusties in your eye. Hold on. I think we got it. We got it. Okay. She might jump up here, y'all. She might jump up here. Let's see. Sarah, hello. Wanted to learn how to use AI more. You don't know how to do that yet. I'm all for AI being like Rosie. I don't want it being like Ultron, if that makes sense. Like, I wish AI cleaned my house for me. That's what I wish AI did. I'm going to be really honest. Tavon, hello, it's good to see you. Did I say your name correctly, by the way, or is there anything else you would like me to call you instead of me assuming? I'm very glad to have you here. If you need help or want to bounce ideas off of any of us in the chat to help you with removing that block, glad to be here to help and have you join in for the chat. Ask the secondary characters and the arch nemesis and the best friend what's really going on, because sometimes the main character is not telling the truth to themselves, so they can't tell us the truth as the writer either. You're very welcome. Glad to have you here. Lainey saying all the hello and the welcomes. Sherry, hello. I love the picture. How you doing? Thank you for hitting that like button. Havron, hello. Kim, hi. Hello, my bunkmate for Fable BookCon. My next event is at York, PA, Fable BookCon. Kim and I are bunkmating during. I'm vending, and she's there for various reasons, as usual. Normally for events, I'm debating about maybe by then possibly having a low key Belle/Sophie cosplay. So maybe you and I can get together in twinsy one day. Hello, Mars. It's good to see you. Hello. About time, Loki. Got in just a little bit ago and 1,000 words written in a sitting. Wow, congratulations. Very well done indeed. That deserves a little bit of ow. Not a little bit of ow. That deserves a little bit of applause. Loki not scratching mama. There you go. Congratulations. Think you're experiencing writer's block for the first time. Can't get out of it. Thank you for confirming, Tavon. I always check in with the secondary characters. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. As my parents said, if you won't tell us what's going on, we will just ask your brother later. Sometimes our characters are the same way with us as their parent. I mean, author. Sometimes we need to parent our characters just a wee bit. My other question is, are you burned out? Can you also, therefore, maybe skip ahead and then backward plan connect the scene to this, perhaps? You're back from the writing retreat with lots of feedback on your picture book manuscript for Kim. Congratulations. Can have all. Oh, yes. I figured you were doing that one. For this would be, if this were a con for you to go dressed as Belle, this makes sense. Have you seen if Mythicon has put out vendor? I know they put some stuff out, but have you heard Whisperings of vendor stuff? That's another one I saw you as Belle. That's the one I first saw you as Belle at. Kiki! Kiki! Oh no, we've activated the printer. No. Oh no. How dare we have activated the printer? Lainey, when you're blocked. Oh, showers. Yes, water your garden, literally. If your body is your earthly form, go water your garden. Yep. Also have a stuck list of things. Talk to an author friend about a book. Also inspo material. This too is another one. I'm the youngest of 5 and the only girl. I only have 4 older brothers, no sisters. I am the sister. As my brother Joe would sometimes say, "What do you mean, sisters?" She is the sister. She's a sister to herself in this case. I was actually on my dad's side biologically. There's a couple of adopted ins and married ins as far as granddaughters apply, but I'm only my grandma Dora, as far as I'm aware, I'm her only biological granddaughter that she actually like knew. None of the cousins of the 13 of us that grew up were female other than me, unless they were adopted or married in. And I'm like, seriously, Dad? Seriously? Mind you, his sister, my Aunt Darlene, she's the only girl that lived out of 9 kids. There were a couple of other girls, but they died like of really young, mind you, like farm kids in the 1940s and 50s. Possibly enough said there. Miss Page, hello! Q3 planning is kind of what I was also working on too. For me, Q2 and Q3 have that hard break in between, kind of like because of when I take my vacation is mirroring to Christmas. So I did a bunch of planning paperwork for that this week, and I'm actually looking at possibly taking and enjoying time. I hope you're doing that as part of your time too to get ready for the next quarter and the next 6 months. Sarah, I sometimes sit down with the intention of writing a terrible draft. Yes, sometimes you have to peel off the gross outer layer of the onion to get to the rest of the onion that's just fine. Or you got to peel off the bruised part of the banana or potato if you don't want it. Could be one of those cases, very much so. It's not as bad as you imagine it will be. And sometimes just write the dialogue. Saying this as a former stage manager, sometimes you just got to get the dialogue out of your system and let it be ugly and honest. Kim, you believe there are nothing? Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. So I'll be watching around. I'm not able, because of the car situation, I'm not able to make that one. Boo. I should have it by Fable, though. We should be fine. Miranda, next up, you will draw some tarot, maybe some words, and avoiding writing a new chapter. All is lost and dark night. Oh, dark night of the soul. Adding brand new ideas and scenes, new perspectives. Spin that coin. Get a new angle on it. Miss Page was hoping to mention, yes. I think I waited too late too. I had so many other things going on in my last newsletter though, so I hear you on this. I really do. I totally forgot it was that time of year. I have a newsletter coming out. Well, no, I do have one more coming out this month because I have a launch day on Monday. I have a newsletter I'm writing by the end of this week. 13th? Yeah, because boot camp, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't had the time to catch up on all my email in that regard this week. I have like 20 to read. That's not like me. That are over a week old. That's really not like me. Yeah. I think the cutoff for it would be the 6th or the 13th. Definitely going to water your garden. There you go. Well, you sat in front of your work. You did. You know what? Maybe it's time to, like, with dealing with the chore we like the least in the kitchen, especially since I've rambled now for a bit. Put on some gangster rap or heavy metal. Get some coffee. Let's handle it. How about that? I'm going to go grab some tea while I go ahead and dot my I's and cross my T's and try not to cross my I's with the formatting. Anyway, see you all here in 30 minutes. All right, everybody. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? I just took a gander through a couple of things and spent the last few moments there deleting out some emails. How are you? How are you? What's up? What's up? Oh, my eyes, though. I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to take one more run through of it during the last two sprints that we'll do. I'm thinking of taking a proper soul care break first, though. I'm thinking of doing that properly first, for sure, during number 3. How are all of you? Melissa, hello. How are you doing, my friendo? Working a bit with the current sprint, getting wraps ups and some poetry next time. Nice, very nice. Tavon back and ready to write. Very good for the tips. Hopefully it helped there. Phone call and now off to lunch. Enjoy lunch there, Louise. See you later, hon. Martina joining late. You are in your pace and your time and your stride, especially if you're having coffee with the family. Enjoy it for sure. Let's see, it jumped on me with chat there. Hello and welcome all around. Sarah's down to only 6 progress notes for the win. Yes. You'll be done by the end of the next sprint, probably. Miranda, the words are flowing. 400 during that time. Well done with the female character. Female main character giving you the power that you need. And, ooh, she wants to start a campfire. This ought to get interesting. How many more sprints? Probably... We're about to go into number 3. I'm probably thinking of a total of 5. I know Rhiannon starts in about 3 hours and 40 minutes. Wanted to give us a proper break in between. Since I started at 4 p.m. Eastern, I was looking to be done somewhere plus or minus 7 p.m. So we're right about on track for that. We're right on plus or minus about on track for that. Mars, 300 words of water with 0. Raspberry lemonade sounds amazing right now. I'm not a raspberry person, and that sounds delicious because of the lemonade, honestly. So, yes, we will go ahead and do 3 through 5. So, 3 total sprints left. I'm going to get up during the next one. I think I'm going to maybe go do a walkabout out because it's been storming all day. Like, consistent raining with some rumbles in the back end, kind of storming all day, not really windy. So I kind of want to survey the mud puddles growing in the yard and whether or not we've lost the patio yet. I haven't, all the houses back here, we've kind of had a swamp for yards most of the last few weeks. We've needed the rain because having a drought in May in Maryland is scary. That leads to things like the asphalt literally bubbling up in the middle of the street in July. And I don't want to live through another summer like that. It got that hot a couple summers ago, and it was just no matter what you did, you couldn't stay cool, even if you stayed inside. So, speaking of staying cool, a certain little girl is cleaning herself up. I think she's going to take an NAP during the next sprint. And we rambled a little long during the last one. So I'll wrap us up with speaking of kitties, let's do a Cats Against Anxiety card right quick and see what you can take into your self-care, soul care break with you. Ooh, if you didn't journal yet today, you're so cute. Journal your thoughts, though. Start keeping track of your thoughts for your day. So how have you been feeling lately? Is there a pattern you're noticing or not noticing? And if so, what can you do to purposefully interrupt the pattern would be my question. Teacher me. Sorry, Sarah. Scaffold it. Give yourself some scaffolding here. Sarah's like, yes, not that word. It's what teachers do for students sometimes. Whether or not we're allowed to say that term anymore applies. So basically, You are here. The skill that you need to learn is up here. We need to climb a couple floors to get to it, basically, is what scaffolding. See, I love it too. But a lot of the schools I've taught in said, that's a 1990s word. We don't do that no more. Yes, you do. If you differentiate, you scaffold. If you accommodate, you sometimes scaffold. If you modify, you sometimes scaffold. Anyway. Yes. Yes. It's healthy for them to know it's okay to take a plateau on purpose to pause and reflect along the way. That's why I like scaffolding, because we do it in our businesses all the time, do we not? Anyway, off my educator soapbox for now. Self-care, soul care break. If you need a break, please take one and take care of you, as I'm getting bit by a buggo while saying that. Goodness me. See you here in a little bit. right. Oh, how did it go? Eek! What in the world? I'm stuck. Okay. Gets better. How's this, everybody? How's this? I took a break, and then toward the end, couldn't really sit still, started getting fidgety, and I said, I have some things I want to at least throw into a draft for my newsletter. I'll be probably finishing Friday night. That'll probably be actually, wow, yeah. This week is a lot slower this week than past weeks have been. So, I got my brain dump pretty much done. So I'm going to switch back to formatting, double checking the formatting rather, in like Santa Claus mode for the last sprint or two for us for sure. Would help if I switched over, huh? So how's it going for you? For those of you who just joined in, we have 2 more sprints ahead at the 30 minutes. So we'll be here a little over the 7 o'clock hour, but plenty of time to get you a break if you need one before you go anywhere else. Where did we leave off? Martina just learned a new word, or at least a new meaning. Scaffolding. You're welcome. You're welcome. Triple C, good evening. How are you doing? It's been amazing. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. You were supposed to go to the beach, the humid and hazy. Oh, in Maryland, it's been so humid and hazy. We're having unannounced thunderstorms. So please take care of you, especially since you're doing the final edits. Melissa, yes, you're heading back to Rhode Island and crank the AC. Please do. I'm sending you some of the humidity this evening. Ma'am, you jumped up here like you want to be held. She's like, duh, Mom, it's ritual by now. Okay, get up here. I have a little bit of a sauce on my shirt, and I don't want to get in her fur is the problem. At least I can cover it up with my my dress for all of you, but I don't want her getting it in her fur either. Hi. What are you doing? Meow. You all might see her climb up here or just see her ear or her tail by comparison for a moment. Ma'am, you are knocking stuff over. No, you do not sit. We do not sit because when you sit, you knock stuff over. Like that. Kiki. Excuse you, are you allowed to sit on this desk? That's right. If you're not going to climb up, you got to sit down. Sorry, I had to parent my cat. Some of you understand. Let's see. Where am I? There I am. You're overdue. The humidity switch is usually June 1st. Yes. From what I hear from my bonus mom and father-in-law in Maine, it's been a cooler spring in some aspects. They said, we are overdue. We want it to hit over already so it'll get over with. And I'm like, gladly want to send that to you. Miranda finished the scene. Now coffee. Yes. And then, of course, discovering his daughter has some kind of natural power with the coffee. What are you putting in your Wheaties, kid? Martina, humidity is awful too. It's not raining yet hot. Oh, the fans are running a marathon for sure. The bell ball gown and bell winter dress. Yes, the corrected, because you had one of them that didn't quite fit. Am I right? Is this one of those resolved? Melissa found a 4-day poetry seminar. Wild writing. Yes. Oh, how is it going? Miranda went outside, too windy for a walk, just sat for a few minutes, and going to storm again. Kiki. Now she's laying on the floor pouting. She's being adorable, I promise, though. Speaking of being adorable on the floor, we have just a couple of minutes before we're going to get into sprint number 4. So if you need to take a break and you have yet to do so, please do so. We're going to be here at least for this, for sprint 4 and 5 at least. So these are 2 new, just need to fit. Yes! The whole collection. So excited. This is going to be amazing. It's our favorite part because, well, you'll see. As everyone's like, Jenna, boo. Sarah, enjoy. I need to run an extra child you acquired back somewhere. Hopefully, I'll probably be here. We've got another hour to go. So, see you all here in 30 minutes. All right, y'all. How's it going? How's it going? So I did go ahead and work on some adjustments there with the formatting things, and I actually could get some more stuff finished for that. For sure, for sure. We have one more 30-minute sprint to wrap us up. We'll go a little over the 7 o'clock hour. That's okay. Yeah, nerdy references, kind of my thing. In the branding, even. Geeky Witch, hello. Loving it. Highly recommend next time she does. Okay, noted. I have not taken a poetry course in a long time, and I'm actually writing a novel in poetic verse, 2 of them. And they're coming up due on the editing list. So looking forward for that for sure, for sure. Carla, hello, after walk party. Woo, woo. Last one for the season. Last one for the season. Hope it's going well in that Boston area and whatnot. Heat and humidity is treating you kindly. We were just talking about it here along the East Coast between Maryland and Rhode Island. How are you in between? Triple C's catching up with the chat after Speaking of Rhode Island, yes, humid and hazy. So the 3 of you are kind of circa within 3 hours of each other. We have Massachusetts, and then we have Massachusetts traveling to Rhode Island, and then Rhode Island. Or are you on the Massachusetts side of Rhode Island? Let me not assume here. Question mark. I'm confused now. From what you saw earlier, the community is supposed to get close to 100%. Yes, very grateful for the air conditioning. Hey, Paula, good to see you. Thank you for making love, making friends with the like button. All the hugs, all the love. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, my friend. Glad to have you here tonight. We have one more sprint after this one, just to wrap us up. I love when your corporate bosses take you seriously on stuff and ask good questions. And that challenges the brain, and you're like, now I get to go all pinky in the brain in my brain and go, do I have good answers? Possibly. And I am sure you are of the policy of that I am of the policy all the way back with the teacher. Feel free to ask me a question, kid. If I don't know, or if the answer is no, I might also have the solution or a path to one for you. Sometimes no comes with a no and, not a no but. Martina's working on HB90, and then, of course, your path forward. Very nice. How's it going all around? That's from It's all about HB90. Mini Kanban all set up. Carla isn't far from you. Very nice. Martina, and then, of course, you realize your sprints. Yeah. tinyurl.com/authortube. Yep, but they keep track of even the heart breathings people on that list, or most of. Hint, if you are a new heart breathings host and your streams are not yet showing up on here, there's an application on there for you to get them to show up there too as an extra spot for you. Heads up. Booktube, if you also sometimes do more than writing. Actually, the 3 of you, woo, very nice. So you're within the circle, are you? Uh-oh, we got a circle going on up there. What are you planning? Stacy finished eating dinner and back to writing. Very nice. And there's the linkages. Of course, it's not going to be the one that worked, but let me get you the one that works because it didn't have the HTTP and so on. Just 1 second. It's been a while since I've had to actually go find this thing. There it is. I swear I'm better at this than I pretend to be. There we go. That one. Because I was sprinting through authortube prior to joining Heart Breathings anyway. Some of you actually might have been around here for that. Way back at the way beginning. That was back in like 2021, 2022 for me. So I've been on this list since then at least. Let's see. All the hearts. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Havron, your friend is here and you're cleaning, so you're home. Oh, you have good company. Enjoy the companies. Get some rest too, please, and thanks you. All right, everybody. I am going to switch us out to our wrap-up sprint. See you all here in 30 minutes. doing? Hello, everybody. We were just wrapping up. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know Miranda stepped out. Sarah, all the hugs. Rua, hello. We actually wrapped up. I started a little early today. July, we might do 4 to 8 or 4:30 to 6. We'll see. I'm playing with the time a little bit. I know with the poll, there's a poll over on the posts tab about what we're doing long term. It has a trend. I'm noticing the info on the trend. We'll put it that way. Because I have some really cool changes coming down the pipeline. Literally started them today. They started today, unofficially, and they will officially start July 1. So, Carla had to find the tab. You had to find my loudmouth. As a former principal used to say, Mrs. S, you don't need a mic. Just yell at them to be quiet. How dare they give me a mic? Havron, you're very welcome. Glad the house is spotless. You're in New Zealand. I am Eastern. I am in Maryland, USA. Maryland, USA, my friendo. So, Lainey, if you're still around, would that be circa your time? Question mark. My brain's not braining because I have not had enough caffeine today. So I apologize if I misquoted that question. Finish the white paper for your corporate guys on a collab. Yes. Well done, Carla. You're very welcome. Thank you all for joining my table and hanging out with me for a bit. I might be popping up tomorrow night. Hint, hint, hint. A little bit of a pop-up action maybe going on tomorrow night. So check out for that. Yes, that means more you time, Loki. Yes, that means more you time. All right. Until then, all my hugs.